So for those of you who are wondering what the deal is with my Mark Foster jacket, I bought this a long time ago and he copied me because I'm cool. Especially when I make that face. Now, when I tuned into the Divine and checked in with him with regards to Bernie Sanders, I said, so what's the next step, boss? Are we going to promote love, unity, everybody joining hands, singing Kumbaya, people using the power of their thoughts and emotions to manifest wonderful and amazing things, using the law of attraction with their optimism? What are we going to talk about? And he said, today, I want to divide people. And I said, you want to divide people? And he said, yeah, I want to separate them out. He said, people have free will. He said, they can choose what they want to choose. And I want to give them that freedom to choose between light and dark. But while giving them the freedom to choose between light and dark, I'm going to make it very, very clear what the light is. So that's why the Divine is obsessed with Bernie Sanders, is because he wants to make it very clear to everybody that he's predestined, it's his life purpose, it's his heart-focused work, he's the light, etc. So the Divine said that people are either speaking for the light or they're speaking for the dark. There's no gray. There is no in between. It's a black and white issue. So there's no gray. And so he's saying people have the freedom to choose who they support, what they say, what they speak for. And so he said, because Bernie Sanders is the light and he's everybody's highest good, I want you to address the Bernie Sanders fans and empower them. I want you to make a video putting gas in their tank and empowering them, because I want Bernie Sanders in that seat. I trust Bernie Sanders in that seat. He's saying, I trust him to fix a broken and corrupt system, one that doesn't involve corporate money or abuse of power or personal agendas. He said, no abuse of power is what it's all about. And so he trusts Bernie's judgment and knowledge and his head and his heart. And I can feel Bernie's divine connection. I can feel his connection to the divine. When I tune in on it, it is extremely powerful. So Bernie would be divinely guided in that seat, obviously. So just so you know, Jane, you're married to an earth angel. Actually, they brought you onto his path, so you definitely have some good stuff going on with you two, so you guys both get 2 thumbs up. Anyway, so Bernie is the Divine's favorite for a reason. So this is like one big feather in his cap. Okay, President Sanders, the Divine really likes you. You're his favorite. He really likes your soul. But the reason the Divine wanted me to reach out to the Bernie supporters is to thank you again for your continued support of him, because you're aligned with the truth, you're aligned with the light, divine intent. You are doing God's work on earth. You're speaking for the light. There's no 2 ways about it. You're speaking for the light. And that takes guts, because you've got people coming at you. You've got people yelling at you, screaming at you, disagreeing with you, insulting you. You are inviting a lot of mud onto your windshield and doing it. You're controversial. But what are these people doing? They're speaking for the dark. There's no 2 ways about it. The Divine is flat out telling you you're correct. So these people are speaking for the dark, and you guys don't have to engage with them. They're an energetic match for bad things via the law of attraction, because they've aligned themselves with falsities in the dark. You're not. So cast love at their soul and move on. But don't shut up. Continue speaking your truth. Because if you respond to the fear and in the intimidation and laziness or whatever, the dark just won. If you shut up, the dark won. So maybe you get to a point where you're just kind of tired and you're like, I don't feel like it anymore. I don't really want to deal with it. I don't want the hassle. I don't want to hear about it. It's just pissing people off. Do you think the Divine cares if you're pissing people off? He couldn't care less if you're pissing people off. You go right ahead. because you are holding the divine's hand. You know, it's because you're a superhero. You know, you're a superhero. So when the bat signal lights up in the sky, does Batman roll over and go back to sleep? No, he gets to stepping. He rises up and he reaches, down into his personal power energy center, and he battles the forces of evil. So the divine is asking you to take out your lightsaber and speak up and fight for what's right. He's even saying, your free will was taken away. Your election wasn't fair. And Bernie Sanders is predestined to be president anyway because he's everybody's highest good. So even if the dark's coming at you, you're probably looking at him like, dude, Trump gets you blown up, right? Trust us, you don't want him in that seat. They just don't know. They just don't realize it. But you're actually doing them a favor. In supporting Bernie Sanders, those people that are yelling at you and not appreciating a thing you're doing, just know you're actually saving their lives. Just so you know. You're doing something very profound to help you. They just don't know it. But I guess one of the reasons why the divine is not expecting everyone to join hands and sing Kumbaya is because light has to separate out from dark. Those people who are aligned with truth have to separate out from the people who are aligned with falsities. Light and dark battle each other. They don't kick it together on the weekends. They don't hold hands. So I guess the divine is trying to put gas in your tank by saying, number one, you're right. And number two, everyone else is wrong. We are raised in a society to get along with one another and to tolerate each other's differences and belief systems. Well, you choose what to believe. Your belief system is part of your free will. You choose what to believe. So the divine is saying, those who choose the dark can go over there. Those who choose the light can go over there. But the reason he wants the light to separate out from dark is so that he can hold your hand. He wants to hold your hand so that you're a magnet for good things, and you're a magnet for good things over here, away from the people who are magnets for bad things. These people are not holding the hand of the divine. You are. There's no gray. You're right. Everyone else is wrong. Sorry. Just so you know, part of my spiritual boot camp that I went through in order to be the absolute involved them drilling into my head that I'm not allowed to cater to public opinion. They said, the only thing that matters is the truth itself, Christine. It doesn't matter what people's opinion or emotion is. That's just a bunch of crap swirling around the truth. So the only thing that matters is the truth itself. So I have been trained to actually tell people, yeah, no, that's wrong. Homosexuality is a sin? No, that's wrong. Sorry. You're wrong. It's incorrect. And I say that with full confidence because I've been trained to do it. Anyone else would think, wow, she's an egotistical douche. She's coming from a place of arrogance and ego. No, I'm coming from a place of knowing I'm correct. And that's what the divine wants for you. People are going to think you are cocky, arrogant freaks. Especially right now. They're going to be like, hey, sore loser, why don't you accept reality? Donald Trump is president. Get over it, dude. We don't want to hear these people crying in their beer and whining about things anymore. So you look insane right now. The timing of this doesn't really help you very much. But the divine is asking you to keep going because you're correct. You're correct. You don't want this reality. You want to reject this reality. And that's why you say, universe, bring me something better. I reject this reality. It's based on falsities. You don't want it anyway. So that's where the divine is saying, he's going to continue giving us more truths. You're holding his hand, and he knows how difficult it is to pursue this, especially when the dark is taking over the country. But he wants you to speak your truth and move forward with the confidence that you are correct. And he wants you to act like it. And When somebody thinks that you're coming from a place of ego, you are not. You are coming from a place of knowing that you're correct. That's what you're doing. Is you are self-assured, you are confident, and you know in your head and you know in your heart what's right. Maybe when you hear Bernie talk, it relaxes you. Maybe you're stressed out, you hear him talk, you hear him debate, whatever, all of a sudden you feel calmer. There's a reason for that. Energetically, he's affecting you because he's aligned with the light and you know it. So you guys are intuitive yourselves, man. You can do a read on me. You can do a read on Trump supporters. You can do a read on Bernie Sanders. I mean, you guys are intuitive yourselves. So you know what you feel in your head, your heart, your gut. You know what's right. So it's up to you to find the courage and the conviction and the passion to keep talking. Even if it's an unpopular opinion. Even if it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what people's opinion is of the truth. It just matters that this is the truth itself. Now, the funny part is I could turn around on you and say, congratulations, if you're a Bernie Sanders fan, you agree with the divine. The divine agrees with you. Congratulations. So that's why the divine wanted me to let you know. Keep going. Keep going. Because he is, he is holding your hand. And he needs your voice to be heard. Despite what the circumstances are that are going on around you, he needs you to keep putting one foot in front of the other and know that the divine is loving you and protecting you every step of the way. And in the meantime, take care and be well. Go Bernie.